AI is changing everything, from how businesses make decisions to how machines understand language and images. But here's the truth nobody talks about. AI can't work without data mining. It's the process of digging through raw data to find the patterns that make AI smart. This video course is Introductory Data Mining. The book the material comes from is Data Rookies, Data Mining Basics, available from Data Analytics Curriculum LLC and can be direct downloaded from the website. In addition, there are supplements and lab exercises for download. Chapter 2: Obtaining and Exploring Data. Welcome to 2.1, Obtaining Data. In this section, we're going to cover several important concepts. By the end, you'll be able to list ways to get data, understand why CSV files are so widely used, spot messy or confusing data, tell the difference between structured and unstructured data, and recognize that even collected data can be biased. Let's get started. Data sources, then and now. Data sources have changed a lot over the years. In the past, we relied on local disks, floppy drives, or isolated systems. Accessing and sharing data was slow and cumbersome. Today, things are very different. Data is everywhere. We can use databases, which may be stored on the cloud or on internal networks. Web scraping lets us pull information from websites, although we must always consider ethics and legality. Data also comes from business transactions, like point-of-sale systems, from sensors, or even from manual collection, like field research. Understanding where your data comes from is the first step in using it effectively. Once we know where data is, we need to access it. There are several common methods. ODBC, or Open Database Connectivity, is a standard way to connect to databases. SQL, or Structured Query Language, is used to ask questions of structured data and extract exactly what you need. And of course, web scraping extracts data from websites, which is useful but also comes with responsibility. No matter the method, always think about permissions and ethics. Just because data is available doesn't mean it's free to use. Data comes in many different formats, including CSV, Excel, SAS, and SPSS. Among these, CSV files are ideal for analysis. They are simple, portable, and can be read by almost any program, including Excel, R, and Python. Because of their simplicity, CSV files are usually the easiest way to start working with data. Proprietary formats. Some data formats require specialized software. For example, SPSS files ending in .save or SAS files ending in .sas7 need licensed software to open. Even if you have the software, you can run into format issues. For simplicity and compatibility, it's best to use CSV whenever possible. This reduces the chance of errors when sharing data or working in multiple tools. Problems with imported data. Even after you've accessed your data, you may encounter messy information. Open text survey answers, inconsistent spelling, or irregular capitalization can make your dataset harder to analyze. Cleaning and organizing this data is called data wrangling. Think of it like preparing a house before renovation. You need a clean foundation before building anything new. Incomprehensible versus messy. Not all data problems are about messiness. Sometimes data is clean but still hard to understand. Medical codes, like ICD-9, or complex finance codes are examples. In these situations, it's important to consult experts in the field to make sure you interpret the data correctly. Clean data isn't always understandable data. Watch for data bias. Another key consideration is bias. Even objective-looking data can be misleading. For example, holiday sales don't reflect normal buying behavior. Data collected from wealthy zip codes doesn't represent the entire population. Non-random sampling can distort results. Being aware of potential bias helps ensure your analysis is meaningful and accurate. Structured versus unstructured data. Data comes in two main types, structured and unstructured. Structured data is organized neatly in rows and columns, like in Excel sheets or SQL databases. This kind of data is easy to sort, query, and analyze. It's predictable and straightforward. Unstructured data, on the other hand, doesn't follow a fixed format. Examples include text, images, video, and audio. To analyze unstructured data, we need to pre-process it. For instance, text can be converted into word frequency tables, and audio can be transformed into measurable features. Working with unstructured data is more complex, but it can reveal rich insights that structured data alone might miss. To summarize, data can come from many sources and in many formats. It can be messy, biased, structured, or unstructured. Always consider where your data comes from, its format, and any potential bias before starting analysis. By understanding these concepts, you'll be better prepared to work with data effectively and ethically. That concludes our overview of obtaining data. Remember, the book and supplemental resources are available online at Data Analytics Curriculum's website.